Hey guys, it's Roy here from rwilco12 and epicdroid.com bringing another review video to you today. Today's review video is actually going to be 3 reviews in one. We are reviewing 3 phone cases for the Nexus 5X, LG Nexus 5X. First up here we have our Pleson clear phone case. We also have a CellEver phone case. This is a 2-piece one that we're going to show you here in just a second. And then we also have the Centra, you can kind of see the name there at the bottom, Centra phone case for the Nexus 5X. All 3 of these cases are a little bit different. All 3 of them offer different pros and cons. They all have different qualities and features that make them more desirable than others. And we're going to go over those and we're going to cover all those today. So here we have my Nexus 5X, and let's just go ahead and we'll start with the Pleson. So the Pleson, as you can see here, it fits on really nicely and quickly. It is a soft TPU plastic or rubber. I'm not quite sure which one it is. I believe it is the TPU plastic, but it fits right there over the case. As you can see, it is a see-through case. It does have some nice cutouts here for the microphone as well. For the microphone, as well as for the bottom microphone, for the headphone jack, and for the USB-C charging port. We don't have cutouts. They are actual parts of the molded case. They are a power, a volume up, and volume down. It fits rather nicely. There is one place on it that I noticed it doesn't fit quite perfectly. Down here in the bottom right, it does curve up just a little bit. It's a little bit too tight, and so if you look here, it's a little bit warped there. It is a very nice case. My daughter, when she saw it, the first thing she said was, "Ooh, that's pretty." And so it does have the thumbs up from a 3-year-old little girl there, my 3-year-old princess. It does have a lot of fingerprints on here. You can see that there's a lot of smudges that come up from when you use it. It is a very nice case. It is a very grippy case, and I like the feel of it a lot. When I use it, I don't feel like I'm ever going to drop it in my hand. It is a good quality case there. The next one we're going to try up here is the CellEver case. The CellEver case is made up of 2 pieces here. This one is a soft plastic. It isn't quite TPU, but it is a softer plastic with a hard plastic case that goes over the top of that. So we put it here in the soft plastic first. And it is a little bit tighter than the Pleson one was. It's not quite as soft, and it's a little bit harder to get in there, but that is a good feature because it does give it a little bit more of a grip when you're holding the case. The hard plastic does fit on rather nicely. Here you can see that there is a little bit of a groove around the whole entire soft plastic piece. When you're pushing it together, that does go in rather nicely. If it doesn't go in, then the case doesn't fit all the way, and you can tell that you need to push it a little bit more to get it on. It does have a little bit more bulk to it than the Pleson case does. It does have some nice cutouts here. The cutout for the fingerprint scanner is a little bit deeper than I would like, so when you're using the fingerprint scanner, you have to use the very tip of your finger, apply some extra pressure, or just use the tip. The camera is right up flush with the camera, as well as the flash and the sensors there, so it does have that. It does have the cutouts on the bottom that are nice and open. One thing I do really like about this case is the buttons. Most cases are similar to this Pleson case, where it's either a piece of the case is part of it. It's just molded a little bit higher to give you a button-like effect. But in this case, the buttons are actual buttons on top of the buttons from the phone. That is a feature that I really, really like. It does have the same feel and effect as a regular button on the phone, and it is a very nice feel to it. The case is a textured back. It doesn't have fingerprint issues like the Pleson did, but it does have a really smooth feel to it. The soft piece, if you're gripping that, I don't feel like I'm going to drop it, but if I were to hold it from the back, it does feel a little bit smoother, and it does feel like it's a little bit more slippery. The case is a little bit harder to get off, which is a good feature in cases that you're trying to keep on your phone. And to take it off, you just separate the hard piece from the soft piece. As you can see, I'm having difficulties doing so. Once you get it off, it comes off really easy. And here again, there are those buttons. They're part of the soft plastic rather than the hard plastic. And an inside view of them, you can see here, they are just a piece of the button that is inserted into a little plastic sleeve that holds it in place on the soft plastic. And then here we have our Centra case. The Centra case, right off the bat, it has kind of a funny look to it. It is a very textured, sandy look. It almost looks like sandpaper, and it kind of feels like a fuzzy sandpaper. Don't know that fuzzy is the right word, but it doesn't have the hardness of sandpaper, but it does have a soft feel to it. The case on this one, unlike the Pleson and the CellEver, is a cutout for the the power and the volume buttons. It does have a nice open spot there for the USB-C, for your microphone and your headphones, and it does have little slits here in the corners that allow it to slide into the case. The case is a very grippy case. Even though it slid in there really easily, it's not going to fall out. Because of the type of case that it is, there is no issue with fingerprints. The camera cutout and the flash and the sensor cutouts are perfect. They're right up there against it. One thing I did notice about this one compared to the CellEver is the CellEver is a deep one. This one is a very shallow one, but it seems to be a lot wider on the fingerprint scanner, and I wasn't a fan of that at first. However, as I started using it, I did notice that there was a great advantage to that. Rather than having only being able to use the tip of my finger or just a portion of it, I'm able to use my whole finger in several different positions, and I'm able to get it down into that smooth hole without any problems. Again, the cutouts for the volume and the power button are just cutouts. Those are the perfect size to give you the protection that you need if you were to drop it, but they also allow you to turn it on without any difficulty. If I were to pick a favorite case today out of these three cases, I would definitely pick the Centra case. I've been using it for a little bit more than a week now. I've swapped between the other two cases a couple of times just to try and give them the benefit and to make sure which one I prefer. But the Centra, every time I come back to it, and it wins down, hands down every time. It is not a very protective case for the most part. It is a slimline case. However, it does provide a lot of protection in the fact that if you do drop it, it's going to land on the edges of those, and it should protect it, at least for the most part. So I definitely will recommend these. They're all good cases. They all have pros and cons. There's advantages to each of them. I'm going to have links to each of them in the description below. If you like this video, and if you want to purchase one of these, definitely click one of the links. Give us a thumbs up, and follow us on Twitter and YouTube. Hope to have more of these videos out for you guys soon, and you all have an awesome day.